Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me yet. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Leicester Premier League. We're here for the weekly review show, and it's been an interesting week. Luke, which team are you supporting this week?
Argyle, mate.
Argyle. So you won the weekend, so you must be buzzing.
Mate.
Clean sheet, everything. Obviously, Luke isn't an Arsenal fan. He knows nothing about that club. Yeah, who is exactly the maybe you could get the World Health Organization to run Arsenal. Maybe they need a bit of their help. Big up to Ravi in the chat. Same old excuses with Arsenal. Why can't they not compete? God knows. It's no good Arsenal buying players that might be good in 5 years' time. They need ready-made players, not these lightweight players. Yeah, I'd somewhat agree. Yes, you can come on. I've sent you the link. Russ is also here. Big up, Russ. Another clean sheet for Liverpool. It was a clean sheet for Chelsea as well. RJ, did you keep a clean sheet at the weekend?
No comment.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, Luke couldn't avoid Arsenal this week because they played on Sunday, and we know how these things happen. Very Chelsea heavy. You got 2 Chelsea, 2 United, and 2 Argyle apparently. Because Luke has decided to go from Argyle to Arsenal to Argyle. It makes sense. And Velv will be on in a second, but we'll start actually.
I was actually under the impression that we had to wear clothes according to what colour London was. So that's what I'm wearing today.
I better not show because I'm wearing red. So I'll wait till the Manchester thing.
Yeah. At least you're wearing clothes, RJ. That's step one of
no fucking shit. I'm not gonna go fucking.
There's a reason his camera's off.
But Luke, the reason why it's off, mate, is just because I'm wearing red top because London is blue. B,
He's in his birthday suit, really. He's in his birthday suit. I love winding up RJ. It almost makes today's just that little bit better. Obviously, you've got new thumbnails this season for the weekly review show. Thanks to Russell. I ain't creative enough to do that, so you can always tell when Russ has made one. It looks a hell of a lot more professional. But we love to see it. But Val's gonna be upset because we actually start at Anfield, and we start with their win. Dylan says martial arts. He didn't really have much art on Sunday, did he?
Shit on the canvas, really.
Yeah, exactly.
he's just 50 million down the drain. But Liverpool, they had a good game. They played well. I was really impressed with Harvey Elliott. As the group chat will be able to tell you, I said some somewhat controversial things that won't get repeated on camera, obviously. But yeah, Liverpool goals from Jota and Mane. Mane, interesting that he likes to score on the 69th minute. I don't know if that's something he likes to do at home or something, but you never know. But RJ, I'll start with you. You're no longer top of the league, so I'm guessing you want the season to carry on now. But what did you make of Liverpool's performance?
I mean, lads, let's be real. It was Norwich. Look, I'll give credit where credit's due. Great performance by Liverpool, but do not, do not. Oh, Burnley, fucking wrong fucking game. Sorry, I'm fucking.
He's a week behind. He's a week behind schedule, guys. He's going to end up talking about Leeds United 5, Leeds 1 this week.
Wait, that didn't happen? Oh, never mind. No, no, look. Yeah, like I said, Burnley, I mean, compared to last season, it didn't go the way they wanted, but no, good game by Liverpool, and they move forward.
Yeah, I'd somewhat agree with that. I thought they were really good. I thought they were dominant for large parts of the game. Dylan saying Burnley were the better team in the first half.
I wouldn't say better. I'd just say that Burnley were quite threatening in the first half. They definitely had a few chances, and as good as Trent Alexander-Arnold was, I think Dwight McNeil, what a player! What a player he is. I think he needs to be freed from the shackles of dodgeball immediately. Like, I can't
What club would you say Dwight McNeil? Because I echo sort of what you've said. I really like Dwight McNeil. I watched him for England under 21, so in the Euros, and I never thought they got the best out of McNeil, to be frankly honest, because he is a baller. And to be fair, when he had to play with that manager, the manager was a Boothroyd, such a shit manager. I mean, he is basically the English Arteta. But I just don't think
respect AD Boothroyd.
Absolutely not. I'll never.
No one should be compared to Arteta.
Yeah, mate. I think AD Boothroyd and Arteta are similar people.
There's only one man that can be compared to Mikel Arteta, and that is Osama bin Laden.
Hey, yo.
Jesus Christ.
Terrorist.
That turned dark very, very quickly.
But no, where do you think Dwight McNeil would suit them?
I've been saying for the longest time that I think Chelsea have because I see Dwight McNeil as a perfect left wing back because of the system that Sean Dyche has had him playing, where you track back all the time, but you also go forward and cross the ball a lot. That is kind of what a wing back's job is, really. And I think at Chelsea they have two polar opposite fullbacks: Ben Chilwell, who is a lot better defensively, but not as good going forward. And then you've got Marcus Alonso, who's brilliant going forward, but pretty poor defensively. So, I mean, I know you obviously they probably won't end up signing him because Chilwell's still fairly young for a player in that position, especially. But I think he could definitely do a job at left wing back for Chelsea, especially if they stick with Tuchel. I doubt they will because, Chelsea love a manager merry-go-round. But if they stick with Tuchel and they keep the fight back, I think he's a perfect candidate to play that left wing-back role.
Well, Russ, I'll go to you. Dwight McNeil, Chelsea. I mean, what's your thoughts?
Personally, I mean, he's a decent enough player. In the Liverpool game, he was probably the only respectable performance, to be honest with you. He was the shining light for Burnley, especially in the first half. But no, not at Chelsea, to be honest with you. I mean, like you said, Chilwell's young. He's only just trying out a wing back role for the first time. I think given a couple of seasons in that role, Chilwell could be really good, to be honest with you. He had it wasn't a terrible output this season. He scored a couple of good goals for us. He got a couple of assists. I think, given a couple more seasons, I think we'll see Chilwell, starting all the time, because I can't imagine Alonso's going to stay for many more years.
Yeah.
But,
maybe I reckon he'll stay through the whole Tuchel era.
There's a chance, because we play with wing backs, and he's a very good wing back. We've seen it time and time again. He's poor defensively.
I'd almost go as wild as saying he's played a world-class wing back and an absolutely horrific left back.
I agree 100%. I always make this joke about how Alonso is one of the world's best left wing backs and one of the world's worst left backs.
Yeah,
True.
Because this is true. We've seen it time and time again. You know, you put him in a back four and he looks awful. He looks lost, like he doesn't know what to do because he's just not comfortable in that formation. You know, he's the sort of player who wants to be running up, getting on the wing and getting involved in the attack. And that'd be great if his only job was a left winger. But you know, unfortunately, being even a wing back requires some defending, and he's not the world's worst defensive wing back, like, you know, but he's not good. You know, we can all see it that he lacks quite a lot defensively. He's quite good in the air. I'll give him that. You know, he's not bad in the air, but no, his pace his recovery pace is the biggest issue with Alonso. Is that, you know, he flies up the wing at 100 miles an hour and then trundles back down the other end at 20.
Yeah, he's worn out after running down the line so quickly. Dylan says, I'm an honest Arsenal fan and I think Mikel is the one.
Agreed.
Arsenal going to get a hat-trick of Elsing coming Saturday. Dylan says, breaking 2 conditions must be met for Mbappe to join Real Madrid. First, Real Madrid need to make their offer and they are going to do so. Secondly, PSG need to accept the offer. IMC Sport.
Is that how transfers work?
Yeah,
Thanks
for letting me know, mate. I wasn't sure that was how transfers actually function.
Well, to be fair, Luke, if you looked on football Twitter half the time, you genuinely, I feel like that information does need to get shared on a regular basis. It does appear that some people are a bit clueless on transfers.
Well, I'm very happy to have that explained to me in that fashion. Make this whole transfer thing.
I feel reborn.
Big up, Chris. I'm adamant Mbappe still joining PSG. Real Madrid next time on a free. Yes, so am I, mate. Big up. I reckon Chelsea be a tough game. Yeah, that's going to be a tough game. That is good. 2-0 West Ham now. 2-0 West Ham. Yeah, of course. Actual. Nice. Valve, talk to me quickly about Liverpool before we move on. Obviously, you can't have Anfield on for too long; it upsets people.
No, I think we should keep it there. It looks beautiful.
To be fair, that sound is what it's like after "You'll Never Walk Alone's bled outside Anfield. And there's just pure silence for the rest of the game.
What? No, we have the best fans, man. Anyway, onto the game. It was a decent performance. I don't think we were that amazing. I feel like it is a routine performance. We created loads of chances. I thought the midfield was excellent of Keita, Elliott, and Henderson. Fullbacks, Tsimikas, Trent was outstanding. He was outstanding at right back. And the front three, they did their thing. I loved Salah's overall play in the game. So was Mane. And yeah, it's a decent performance. Move on to Chelsea. And yeah, it'll be a difficult game. But we know that Lukaku will be in the back pocket of Matip. So yeah.
Matip, did you say? Not even Van Dijk. Matip.
The arrogance, is just.
Jesus, you think Matip could fit Lukaku in his back pocket?
I mean, he already pocketed. Matip already pocketed Lewandowski, so you never know.
All right, well, we'll see at the weekend.
But Lewandowski hasn't got as big a knob as Lukaku, to be fair, so it'd be a bit hard
to be fair, Lukaku's already on a fucking death streak. To be fair, he already killed Pablo Mari over the weekend. So
that's not hard.
He's coming for everybody.
He made him his bitch.
To be fair, if I was United, I would be very fearful of Lukaku coming back to Old Trafford.
Can't wait for
What did you? Have you not seen
RJ, you could have a brick wall at your defense. This is him going back to Old Trafford.
Yeah,
he's going to score a goal. Mate, you're not listening. He's going back to Old Trafford where the fans were absolutely horrific to them. He is going to want to score against you lot more than any other club, especially the fact that it's going to be in the middle of a title race, if Ollie is capable of doing that. I know Chelsea will be there. Will Ollie? I'm not so sure. But we all know that you could put a brick wall in that defence, and he's just running through that brick wall. Like there's not a lot stopping Lukaku at Old Trafford. I'm sure.
Can
you pull up Dylan's last comment?
Respect for BLM, and you think he's going to stop Lukaku?
Yeah. Respect Maguire, man. Respect Maguire.
Can we just give Velv a minute to just dig himself a bigger hole?
Yeah, please.
Carry on talking, Velv, for a minute.
No. I was just responding to Dylan's. I was going to give Lukaku prop. He's improved his first touch. Like Dylan, he doesn't have a bad first touch. Like he's improved his first touch when he was at Inter. So I'm giving him credit.
I mean,
all the reason for
wasn't that hard. I mean,
him.
his first touch was fucking horrendous. I mean, how could it be even worse?
God, RJ, just dig yourself that hole, mate.
No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
I'll be real, yeah. I rate Lukaku. I think he's one of the best strikers in the world. But the way he plays football sometimes, it does make me think he's wearing jeans.
I just reckon on the training pitch, he's got Mount and Havertz and Reece James and all of the wing backs. He's stood in dangerous areas in the penalty box. He's like, right, give me a cross onto my head. And now you. But he's just loading them with Tuchel is going to be like.
One of the funniest things that I noticed in the Arsenal game was he was in the middle of the box, right? And he had, I think it might have been Pablo Mari or someone was right up against him with like their arms around him and everything. And he was in the box and he's still just calling for the ball while he's got a defender like attached to him. He was like, don't worry about this guy. Just give me the ball. Come on, I'm open. Just did not give a shit.
Glenn wants to say
he had an
something
Arsenal
about
defender like touching him. It was just the most disrespectful thing ever. Like, they were just on him like anything. And he was like, nah, don't worry about this guy. I'll worry about this guy. Just give me the ball. Come on.
Yeah.
And the character's like, who the fuck are you?
Dylan says, stop panting down the mic. It's terrifying. I'm not sure who's doing that. It's probably Vel.
Me.
No, it's not me.
God knows.
Sven wants to talk about Liverpool.
Oh, Chris said, I'm so proud of Keita playing yet another 80 minutes, 162 minutes combined. So hard to play games these days. I'll send a well done sticker to his address. To be fair,
we're just waiting for his hamstrings to fucking pop.
Yeah,
whoa, RJ, you're wishing injuries on players. Wow.
I never said that, but I'm saying this now. Just wait till Liverpool keep overusing them.
RJ out, man. RJ out. That's
this is all I hear. All I hear. Simple.
Moving on before RJ says something else.
Slen wants to say something about Liverpool now.
Oh, does he? Oh, crack on.
I noticed something in their pressing, and I think they were pressing with 5 and leaving 5 behind, I think. And I thought to myself, okay, are you guys already preparing for that Chelsea match? Because I was licking my lips when Lukaku was signed, and I can see Liverpool is that game after the opening one. So I saw they were pressing with 5 men, and they leave 5 men behind. They don't have that high line that they had last season. I think there is a tweak in tactics, and that's something interesting I noticed. And I can't wait to see what they will do in the weekend. So that's something I noticed, and I've been trying to rewatch the game. I don't know what time it will be played again, but I want to watch it again and understand what they were trying to do. But
there's a website really for that. There's a website for that.
Oh, okay. You'll send me a link.
I'll see if I have it saved I should have it in my bookmarks, to be fair.
Oh, okay, I'll appreciate that one.
Yeah. I've got the link. I'll send it to you on Insta. I don't know if it'll be up there yet, but we'll see. Ravi says, now, do you think Newcastle will ever get rid of Steve Bruce? Nah, mate. Not with Mike Ashley in charge, but that leads perfectly to this game. Villa getting their first 3 points of the season through Danny Ings and El Ghazi. Life after Grealish, maybe not so bad. Obviously, it is only Newcastle, so you need to bear that in mind. But what's everyone's thoughts on this? Obviously, Willock played for Newcastle, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I think we need to obviously address the elephant in the room. Ings' goal was fucking class. I mean,
what a goal!
I'd argue probably it won't be. Look, saying it's goal of the season so far is going to be tough, but
I'd say goal of the weekend. Yeah.
I say goal of the week or goal of the month.
You're right. With 2 games.
No. That's
He
what I'm
said
saying.
goal of the weekend.
No, Luke,
He said
listen.
goal of the weekend.
Goal of the weekend.
Luke, listen to me, right? I said is contention for goal of the season, but I can't say it right now because, like I said, there's about 36 more games left to play, right? Or game weeks, right? So, but like I said, other than that, it was a phenomenal goal, and unexpected to say at least. Who fucking knew that he could do that shit? But yeah, no.
To be fair.
And then yeah,
He literally just proven everyone he's a clinical striker. Like he's
being a clinical
if Chelsea
putting out bicycle kicks every week. To be fair.
he's finishing.
To be fair, if Rooney can pull out a bicycle kick, then I'm expecting Lukaku to have a bicycle kick.
The only person I know who scores loads of bicycle kicks is Shaqiri. Shaqiri literally scores bicycle kicks.
Oh my god, shut up about Shaqiri, man.
If Shrek can score a bicycle kick, Lukaku best have one in his locker, I tell you. I'm expecting him.
Lukaku's not scoring a bicycle kick anytime soon.
Come on, Russ. Have faith in your player.
I have faith in him. But, you know,
I know.
Is he going to start doing acrobatics? I don't see it personally.
Could you imagine Tuchel's face if Lukaku tried doing a bicycle kick?
I mean, you should see my face if he scored a bicycle kick.
Do you remember when Werner missed that open goal or one of his many, and Tuchel's expression, he turned into a gif.
That was funny.
That is going to be his.
There's so many open goals. I can't fucking place my finger on
That it was against West Ham, I think, and Tuchel genuinely became a gif. Yeah. That would be the reaction if Lukaku scored a bicycle kick. He'd be like, sit down. But did anyone else have anything to say on Villa Newcastle?
Yes, Tyrone Mings. Yeah.
What?
Oh, great insight.
What?
I expected Aston Villa to respond after Watford defeat. So, Tyrone Mings, are you just leaving it at Tyrone Mings?
I think that's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. Tyrone Mings by himself. Just you don't need to compliment.
Tyrone Mings. Move on. We'll just move on.
Right. Okay. Just a little confused there. Niall, I thought Spurs were lucky to only win 1-0. They could have lost to Wolves. Yeah. We'll get into Spurs in a bit. I would have took Ings back at Liverpool. Obviously not going to happen, but still, I'll take 1p and Fredo for Origi.
I think the guy who scored in your
I mean that's a bit of a.
To be fair, I think that's a bit overpriced. I mean, you probably. You're expecting. Hold on, I was just about to say you're
gone up a lot.
Yeah, you want a Fredo. Like, I'm not sure that's
Fredo's 25
if we're talking like the OG days for Fredo, then maybe like 5p or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's Fredo. I think that puts him over his market value. But anyone else got anything to say on Villa?
Not on Villa.
Who are they playing next?
What about on Newcastle? Has anyone got any hope to give to Newcastle?
It wasn't on Villa. It was on one of their players. But Anwar El Ghazi is fucking shit.
Yeah, I agree. Pen merchant.
Actually, I do actually. Jacob Ramsey for Villa was very, very good. A youngster, man. He was very good.
Apparently he was quite good, to be fair.
Yeah. No, I did rate. I do like Ramsey. I think he's going to be a good one.
He actually has a brother called Aaron Ramsey who plays for Villa as well. It's mad.
Yeah, I think in the under 17s or something.
Passes the name test of flying colours.
Yeah. The Juventus legend. I remember now. But the next game, obviously, what a thrilling contest this was. There's no goals. There's no. You're probably wondering why there's no black text box with some goals in it. That's because there were fucking none. Arguably, some are saying I didn't get the displeasure of watching this. I did watch Match of the Day though. Some are saying it's the most entertaining 0-0 draw there's ever been. Does anyone go along with that?
No.
I didn't watch it, but I literally said before the game this has 0-0 written all over it.
I'm just waiting for Ivan Tony's score.
Why did Palace sign a lease and he hasn't even played yet?
Yeah, that's what.
It's a weird one with Crystal Palace. Like I don't know, Vieira's struggling a bit. at Crystal Palace, trying to implement his own style
He's only
to
had 2
the
games.
Crystal Palace. No. It was happening pre-season as well. The problem is, if you look at, they miss Eze a lot. Like with Eze, he'll come pick the ball from deep.
How long did it take Klopp to implement his ideologies on Liverpool?
3 years.
Yeah, because our players were fucking
I don't think it took him that long.
It didn't take him that long.
It
No,
did.
because we beat Man City in the same season when you joined.
Congratulations.
Well,
Yeah, we
Crystal
beat big
Palace.
teams. We didn't join.
So Crystal Palace have had 2 games and a pre-season, and you're going to judge Vieira now.
He's been there for like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not sure how we can judge Vieira on a month. Like,
well, we know he's not.
I wouldn't judge myself on a month on Football Manager, let alone in real life.
I agree.
Yeah,
I actually agree. I was doing an Everton save the other day and I lost my first full game. So
Yeah, it's very difficult.
you didn't see me writing myself off. No, exactly.
No, but
Self-belief, am I right?
No.
I mean, Luke, you wrote Arsenal off
I
after
think
one
Crystal
game.
Palace will get relegated. They'll get relegated. Crystal
You think it
Palace.
was 1 game?
Hold on,
You
what?
didn't watch us last season.
Hold
He's
on.
got you there. He's got you there.
Vel, did you just say Crystal Palace getting relegated?
Yes.
What
I
about
predict them to be relegated.
No.
Brentford will do well this season. It's
I think
just like
Brentford
they
will
just
stay,
need to-
but Crystal Palace will get relegated.
Interesting.
I remember us
Interesting.
getting relegated.
Not sure I think Palace might stay up. They might. 2-1 Tielemans. Tielemans
Southampton are
with the
going
goal.
down. I don't care if they drew with United. They're still
Yeah.
in.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck
We'll move on from that game because that was a dead game. But this one was quite an entertaining game. Obviously, it was 2-2 between Leeds and Everton. Calvert-Lewin from the penalty spot. Then you had Klitsch equalise before Gray puts them in the lead, and Rafinha snatches an equaliser for Leeds. Jay, I'll start with you. Penalty, no penalty? How are you viewing that? Is Jay there?
Oh, it's 2-1. Leicester scored.
Yeah, we know that.
yeah.
We know that.
We know that. I wasn't sure if Jay was there. Maybe that's why he wasn't talking much. What about the rest of you? Penalty, no penalty? How are we viewing it?
I didn't see it.
I don't care. That Leeds fan was that was so funny for that Leeds fan. It took off his top, just trying to rub his belly.
Did any of you watch Match of the Day?
No, I watched the highlights, but I literally only saw the pen being scored. I didn't see like the foul.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, I did actually watch the game.
Excellent.
I didn't see the game.
I
Talk
thought
to me,
it
Russ.
was quite soft,
Yeah,
really.
I agree.
To be honest with you, I thought Calvert-Lewin went down quite easily. I was quite surprised that even after going over to the monitor, the ref still gave it.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was much in it. There was a bit of tugging and shoving, but I just thought it was quite soft. In all honesty, I thought once he looked at it in the monitor, he might, brush it off. But I mean, it was one of those where it just purely depended on the referee. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have been surprised if it wasn't given. I wasn't overly surprised that it was given, but I did think it was soft.
Yeah, I'd hear that. What about you, RJ?
I've just seen it.
Oh, we'll go to you after RJ, Luke.
Look, for me,
RJ, go ahead.
For me, I agree with Russ. It was completely very soft. Surprised that they actually had to go to the board and then say, "Oh yeah, it's a penalty."
Yeah.
No, I mean, is it unlucky for Leeds? Yes, but I mean, simple as that. I don't think it was a penalty at that rate. But looking back,
He was holding his arm.
He was, yes, but looking back, it looked like a WWE move where he just tried to RKO him at one point. So I mean, really, fucking Calvert-Lewin Diamond. I mean, at that rate, I'm not really surprised.
I wouldn't.
He's a diver, man.
Been particularly surprised either way. I think it was just a case of it was just unlucky for Leeds that the referee saw it the way he did. I think it could have easily gone the other way with a different referee on a different day. Probably would have just brushed it off and said no, carry on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
maybe.
Well, I thought it was quite an entertaining game in general.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was certainly entertaining. There was a lot of goals. Gray's goal and then his celebration. When he almost when he almost chucked himself into the stands as well. I mean,
Rafinha's goal was good.
Rafinha's goal was
that was really good.
Finally showed why he's actually improving. Like
Rafinha always does well, doesn't he? But Luke, you've just watched the penalty. What's your view on it?
I don't think it's a penalty, especially considering they're trying to change up a bit, But
yeah.
I think that's for a player of Calvert-Lewin. He likes to pride himself on being a physical, hustle and bustle striker. I think going down like that, it's embarrassing. Is what it is. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it would be like if Lukaku went down on one of them. It would be like
no, it was literally exactly. It was like how Pablo Mari went down. Absolute bait.
Yeah, I mean, Mari was definitely. He knew he was beat. He was like, if I chuck myself to the floor, maybe I get a free kick. Maybe. We'll get to that in a bit. Now, do you think Norwich can stay in the Prem? Yes, I do actually. I think they could just about. I think with Billy Gilmore in the middle, a real fighter. Todd Campbell, we know is a fighter as well. Max Aaron's on the right, fighter. Brandon Williams on the left, a fighter. They've got a lot. They've got a.
But look at their centre backs.
I wouldn't really call Timo Pukki a fighter.
Their centre backs are a liability.
What I'm saying though is Norwich have got a lot of fight in them, and they're gonna need that later on in the season. So if Palace are down there and they're still shit, Southampton are shit, like genuinely, you could see Norwich stave off relegation here. I mean, I think they've got a lot of fighters. They've got a lot of fighters down there.
They're the definition. They're your club. They're your club. They go up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, but hey, Valve, Liverpool won a title after 30 years, so miracles happen. Ravi says, now, do you think Rafa will be able to win the Toffee fans over? Well, if he wins games, then yes, easily. No, football fans are so fickle, right? They're so stupid. Literally, they'll forget everything. If he gets them to a final of a Carabao Cup or get some European football, mate, all that hate that they've got from him, was Liverpool manager, all of that's gone because he's won them something. He's done something with them. Football fans are such a fickle place. Like you could literally have Mason Greenwood go to Manchester City. Man City fans don't want United player, and then he goes scores them a winner in a Champions League final, and all of a sudden they freaking love him. Like, you know what I mean? It happens all the time. Like we've seen it so many times. It's unreal. Like Tevez and all that. So yeah, Chris doesn't think they'll stay up. Leeds need to be better in the final third. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Chris says they hope they stay up. This was Quacker again. Great goal by Rafinha, and what an atmosphere at Ellen Road, always rocking. Yeah, I forgot. Obviously, we hadn't seen any fans at Ellen Road in the Premier League, had we? So I completely forgot about that. Moving on. Obviously, I'm defending Norwich before I put this result up. The timing is the timing is essential. But there is hope for Norwich. Burnley lost 5. Well, Burnley normally lose 5-0 at the Etihad, and they stay up. So maybe that's a sign of things to come. But one of the greatest start. I've actually spelt his name completely wrong. It's not Fool, it's Cruel. But I just thought I'd
for that own goal.
I thought I'd be nice and misspell his name so he doesn't get any more humiliation. And then obviously Grealish getting his first goal of his Manchester City campaign.
That was a shit goal.
It was
Jack Grealish.
Oh, that was came off him.
I don't think he'll ever score a better goal than that.
That
probably won't score any more goals
this season.
Goal of the season now?
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely contender for goal of the season, wouldn't you? Would you not agree?
RJ, what are your thoughts, mate?
I mean, first and foremost, to be fair, I think how you spelled Cruel, I think, to be fair, is an F in the chat for Norwich for that win for City. But no, I mean, Grealish, I mean, it was a reactionary goal. He was right in front of goals. I mean, if he missed it, I mean, it'd be fucking hilarious. You'd see me fucking crying laughing. But no, look, it was a good win by City. You know, you expect them, I guess, from the legendary words from Graham Souness, you expect that from £100 million player, wouldn't you? So I mean, they did what they had to do.
Yeah, no, I do hear that. What about the rest of you? Obviously, it's not. Norwich have had a really tough start. Liverpool and City, you couldn't ask for a tougher start. I mean, maybe if they had got a United with the tactically inept Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they would have played. And I do want to touch on this. Brandon Williams has left, go to a better manager. So I believe Daniel Farke is a better manager than Ole. Also, if Brandon Williams is on the left, he looks slightly to the right in the centre. There's a better midfield in there as well. So, in all honesty, Brandon might be thinking.
Is Brandon Williams right-footed?
Yeah, he's right-footed.
Yeah, because I remember in the 1920 he was playing like that. I forgot his name. He was playing like right-footed guy at left back, like for the whole season.
Who, Daniel Farke?
No. Yeah, Daniel Farke was playing.
He's got a history of playing.
Goal for Antonio, 3-1.
Come on.
Daniel Farke's got that sort of. He's got that idea. He does quite like inverted wing backs. So Brandon might fit in perfectly there with how Daniel, because he ain't going in a right back. We all know Max Allen's has got that spot, but there's a spot for left back. But City just dominant really. Well, I mean, anyone got anything to say about City?
I think the best thing that we could do with this fixture from now on, right, is, you know, on FIFA when you quit a game and you just automatically get a 3-0 defeat.
Yeah.
I think basically from now on, Norwich, you know, if they stay in the Premier League from now on, we just need to just cancel the game, just give Man City a 3-0 win. It saves Norwich getting an arse kicking and having their players run around for 90 minutes. Everyone's happy. They've only conceded 3 goals, so that's probably a bonus for them. I think it's just win-win all round, isn't it?
Yeah,
I got suspended yesterday, and the thing you got 3 points.
No, I know that. Question for the panel: how many goals does Jack get for City in the Prem?
2.
Under 10.
No more than 10.
Then there we go.
Luke is.
I don't think.
I think Luke is.
Yeah, Luke, go on, put on your Man City tab, buddy. Go on.
I think Luke is absolutely gobsmacked.
Why? How
many points you won?
Luke, how many goals do you think Grealish gets in the Prem?
How many goals?
30.
30.
That's
mad.
I don't think he'll be a prolific goal scorer. That's the thing. I don't think he'll be a prolific goal scorer. Yeah.
5-7.
He might get a lot of assists, but I don't think he'll get lots of goals.
Golden Boot winner.
Yeah.
Oh my days!
Love it.
Nah, that's.
I saw your Chelsea sport like about 2 minutes ago saying Lukaku will get it. So
moving on. RJ.
That. B wouldn't make me a Chelsea supporter.
Yeah.
And to add something on that,
RJ. Yeah. Well, on the previous game.
On the City game.
Yeah.
Almost all the goals came from that left-hand side of Norwich City. So them signing Brandon Williams, it shows they have seen a problem and they're trying to rectify it. So watching that game, it was painful. I mean, how do you let Gabriel Jesus have 3 assists from the same side? Yeah. So they had a problem on the left-hand side.
Daniel Farke alluded to that in his press conference, didn't he? He said there were 4 goals conceded in the exact same way. And you could sense that frustration because, yes, I think Norwich expect to go to the Etihad and get beat. When you get beat 5-0 with 4 goals being the exact same goal, I think that does irritate Daniel Farke a lot. And there is no coincidence that Brandon Williams, who can play on both wings, again, expected to probably play majority on the left, Premier League proven, it's no surprise that Daniel Farke has gone, I want to tidy up something on that left-hand side. Brandon Williams, also a good utility player, because if Max Allen was to get injured, you can put Brandon over there as well. So a good signing, I think, for Norwich. And something that I think...
I would take that Premier League proven statement with a pinch of salt, though, because he hasn't played in about...
No, but he has played in the Premier League for 20-odd, 30-odd games. So he has played. He's also got European, obviously played Europa Leagues, played some FA Cup. So he is proven, a lot more proven than the player they've got right now, who seems fucking clueless.
Did you just see Antonio's celebration?
I did not, Velv, because believe it or not, I'm currently presenting the weekly. I was just about to say, I'm
carrying around a cardboard cutout of himself.
Oh, lovely.
Leaving
Just
it in the air.
he just kissed it. No, it's a picture of him kissing it. So.
Moving on to something. Moving on to something.
Oh, it's 4-1.
Valve, you talk one more time, and I'm booting you
Antonio
out.
again. Come on.
Fuck off.
So I wanna move on to this one because RJ is going to find himself into the mud quite quickly, because RJ 2 goals in 2 for Morpay. Interesting that Brighton wasn't going to have anyone put in their goals for them this season. Was your exact words. So I want to go to you first. Obviously Duffy with the first goal, and then Neil Morpay getting the second. 2 goals in 2. Graham Potter does it again.
Look, I'll give credit where credit is due. Very well done by Brighton. I mean, to be fair,
and Morpay.
Fuck Morpay, he can fucking fuck off with it.
Yeah,
no,
Ty will love that.
Yeah. Nah, that guy's
Morpay, you're a cheat.
Anyway, no, happy that Duffy got a goal, to be fair. Big up the Irish. No, but not only that, I mean, yeah, the way that Watford playing did not suit them to win this game, really. I mean, Brighton, they played 3-5-2, and they absolutely smashed it. So Potter gets a lot of credit for that. And yeah, look, fair play. But like I said, game week two. So
I just thought it was funny that Neil Morpay scored 2 goals in 2 games, and you said there was going to be no one to score goals for Brighton, right?
Don't worry now. Look, we'll get to a time where they can't even get a fucking shot on goal, right? Trust me.
Maybe we'll talk about the United midfield before that.
Luke is going to get gassed again.
1 minute, Valve. That game is at the end for a reason, so shut up. Luke, Brighton, Watford. What's your thoughts on it?
Hold that, RJ is all I'm gonna say, because Morpay's the fucking beast. 15 goals this season. Scratch the Grealish statement. Morpay's winning Golden Boot.
Oh my days!
Love it. What about you? What about you, Russ?
What? Who's winning the Golden Boot?
No, Brighton, Watford, mate.
Oh, Watford were fucking atrocious. To be honest with you, I give Brighton some credit, but Watford were fucking awful. Couldn't string 2 passes together. They just looked like they were lost. Honestly, it was just they were terrible. I was watching it, and compared to the game last week against Aston Villa, they went 3-0 up. All right, the game ended 3-2. But, when they were going for it and they were 3-0 up on Aston Villa, I was like, wow, Watford look good. This new striker they brought in, Dennis, looks really good. And then this weekend, they were just dreadful. I just it was like a completely different team to last weekend. They couldn't even string 2 passes together. I just thought they were atrocious, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Slam?
There's a player I hated so much called Sema and Etebo. Those are 2 terrible players. Like, Watford is not my team, but I was wondering how did you even pass this test? How are you a footballer? Like, you can't pass, you can't move with the ball, you can't turn. Everything they're doing is wrong. I was so frustrated, and it's not even my team. So they were terrible. Brighton played really well. They are a low budget Manchester City. They are playing really well, and yeah, it's so hard to hate Brighton at the moment. But Watford were shit. And Brighton should have scored more.
Well, you say about hating Brighton. I know RJ hates Brighton for some reason. I don't even know why.
No. I want to get this. I don't hate Brighton. I just think they're going down. That's all I think.
I find it very disrespectful.
Just
I think Brighton. I think. Of course, I love Brighton. When Argyle had no money, about 8,000 Brighton fans came down the home park and packed out for us and helped us with a bit of money. And we've always, after that, Argyle and Brighton have always had a close bond. So pick on my club one more time, buddy. I'm saving myself for United's game because we've got a lot to talk about there. And that's why I'm skipping the rest of you for this one, because I'm really, 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 really excited about what comes next. And yes, this is one I'm really, really excited about. No. That's well. I am excited about that, but I want to touch on something else before I get into the Wonder Boy. That midfield. RJ, you have said that the priority obviously would be getting one DM and then obviously getting Haaland next year. After this game, it would appear that one DM is not going to be enough. You need a whole brand new midfield, including backup midfielders. So how do you view your midfield? Because in this game, Matic's first touch, well, I asked in the chat if anyone saw Matic's first touch because it certainly wasn't on his foot.
I think I saw him chasing it down the M40, to be fair.
I saw it leave the stadium, actually.
A bit pre-game as well, because it was nowhere to be seen during the game. And then
what is he doing to still starting Matic? You know, the guy's like 40 years old.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's the question. I think what the hell is Fred still doing as a starting 11?
How are they still at Manchester United? This is one of the biggest clubs in England, and you're starting Fred and Nemanja Matic. Right, if this was 10 years ago,
you're Manchester United
start Matic
taking the knee while trying to do his job. Like, what's going on?
Stop. Isn't McTominay injured or something?
No, it was on the bench.
He came on as a sub in the second half.
So, RJ, I'll go to you first. Fred Matic. I mean,
the worst fucking partnership duo I've ever fucking seen.
I've actually said it. If you watch the Argyle,
Fred's pretty worse.
If you watch the Argyle preview,
right?
If you watched the Argyle preview, I begged Ollie to come to Home Park in the third round if we get that far, and I begged him to play Fred McTominay or Fred Matic because our midfielders are running you ragged that game, mate.
Probably are, to be fair. I mean, it was a very poor performance. I think players like Pogba, Greenwood, De Gea as well deserve a bit of praise. They're probably the only players who deserve a bit of praise. The rest of them fucking hold your head in shame. You fucking had a really bad game over the weekend. I think, our defenders absolutely rubbish.
A little bit of praise for those three. I think those three carried.
No. But I said the only bit of praise. That's what I'm saying.
Oh right, yeah. I was just about to say those three carried your club and at least got you a point.
Yeah, I know. Fernandes, I don't know where the fuck he went. Probably still Ellen Road, probably with that hat trick.
He scored I don't want to upset you, RJ, but he scored the hat trick at Old Trafford, mate. But
he probably wants to go back to Leeds and play them again, probably at this rate. But I don't give a fuck. One thing I just don't understand is we brought in Sancho and Varane, and he doesn't use them. Which, for me, I don't know what the fuck he was planning or what was he smoking before fucking the game. And Donny, I don't know what to do about Donny, man. Genuinely, I'm actually concerned about his like fucking mental health at this rate. To be fair, he's not starting over people like Fred or Matic who shouldn't even be at the club anymore. Loads of problems. Got it wrong. I think, and I did say this. I think we kind of underestimated Southampton, thinking obviously last season we beat them 9-0. Thinking, we'll just put out our B team or we'll put out a B team fucking midfield and we'll see how it goes. And we got punished for it. Regardless, I think De Gea, like I said, he had a very good save and he did his job.
You've ironically missed out one key.
No, I'm not finished.
No. There's one player who has escaped all sort of criticism so far. He plays up front for you, and you wasted £50 million on him.
Wait, what?
Martial had a quiet game.
Anthony Martial.
Quiet game. Martial. Shit.
As Don would say, I would fucking pay for his ticket to France. I'd fucking book for his holiday too. Fucking get him out of the club, man. Like the fact is, right?
I don't know what's up. I really don't. It's very concerning.
Yeah.
Listen. Martial is another breed of shit now. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, right? No, genuinely. I don't know what happened to him, right? The minute Edison Cavani comes in, he shits his jocks and fucking doesn't play well, right? The fucking thing is, we need him to step up because Rashford's not here, Cavani's not here, Greenwood is the only striker we actually have that can actually do something.
To be fair, if I was United, I'd never put him up front ever again.
I'd keep him on I'd keep him catering with fucking Phil Jones.
If he ever wants to even attempt to step on the football pitch, he can do that on the left wing.
He can sit in catering with Phil Jones and they can talk about how their careers are over. I don't give a fuck about those two now. Legit. He needs to get
He's running out of time. Yeah.
His time is over. His time is last season. We gave him the excuse saying, "Oh, you know, he was a bit injured. He was a bit injury prone. He was just come back to form." This season, what's his excuse? Really, what's his excuse? We couldn't score against Southampton. Luke is clearly fucking interested in this, isn't he? Probably looking up pictures of
Luke. Look at the name.
I was watching the.
Oh no!
Grealish, Cleo, Rooney. Carry on, RJ.
Are you Ben AFC on fucking TikTok? You're fucking deluded. Anyway,
Whoa.
No, look, it's true. He's more deluded than you, Velv, surprisingly.
But yeah, RJ, back to United.
Bruno scored the hat-trick at Ellen Road, mate.
Back to the match, RJ. You were slagging off Martial.
Yeah, look, he has to go. Fucking get. I'd pay money just to get rid of him at this rate. To be fair, he's wasting money. Get rid of him.
Whoa!
What about you, Jay? What were your thoughts on the game? Obviously, what are your thoughts on Ollie? Because he's brought in Varane and Sancho. I'm very concerned for Sancho because Ollie put him in the same sentence as Donny. I'm not sure that is a sentence that Sancho wants to be in because he said Sancho will be very important for us this season, along with Donny. God knows what that means. But are you concerned that Ollie decided to chuck away 2 points at St Mary's?
Yeah, it's very annoying because when you look at United's team, like really they should be beating the likes of Southampton, like even without a central defensive midfielder. But like you guys have already said, the CDM role really needs to get addressed. And just like I know we touched on the Brighton game, like for Brighton, like Basuma in particular, he was excellent, and that's the type of player that United need. They need someone that's gonna win tackles in key areas. Is gonna do a better job than Fred and Matic. Because Matic is, let's face it, he's past it now. He's not the same Matic from Chelsea that was very good and that was dependable. Like he's good for about 30 minutes or so, and then after that he doesn't really have the legs anymore. He's too slow, gives the ball away. Fred is he's a bit on and off. Fred. Like 1 minute he's scoring goals against Leeds, the next minute he's just running around like a headless chicken. It's just very annoying.
Also, his pass accuracy is some of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah,
don't even get me started.
It's not great.
He kicked the ball out. He passed the ball out for a throw-in.
He did.
Yeah, it's annoying. But what's his name? Camavinga wants to leave. So it'll be interesting to see if United make a bid for him.
Apparently, PSG are lining up a £30 million bid now. Which is probably the last thing United fans wanted to hear right now.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I'm lucky.
But, yeah, it's just annoying, like we should be beating Southampton.
Looks like the CDM issue will remain until next season, and hopefully Ollie looks and goes, I'm not going to get Haaland, I'm going to go get De Jong. Maybe for your sakes.
Definitely.
I don't even think we'll get De Jong. I don't think we'll get De Jong anyway. So.
I'll just get anyone, mate. Just at this point.
Get Kessie, fuck it. He's going for free.
Mate. At this point, I'd go to the Championship and see what they've got in there because, to be frankly honest, anything is better than what you got now. Mustafa says Martial didn't get any service. Well, he didn't make any service. One minute. It does make me laugh in terms of saying Martial don't get service because not a lot of top strikers just if they stand in one place get service because you easily marked. A striker to get service needs to be offering options, needs to be coming deep, needs to be making these ones, needs to be moving. You look at Lukaku, perfect example, kept moving, kept doing a 5-yard sprint somewhere, kept moving, kept going 15 yards out, kept going to the flanks. Greenwood is great for it. He'll go to the flanks for a few minutes, left or right. He doesn't really mind. He'll offer that movement. He'll make these defenders think. Because if you just stand there and just think, I'm just going to get the ball given to me, guess what? The centre-back's just going to be like, just chuck someone on him, and then he's out the game then because you're being marked. So you need to offer these options. Cavani, you've got someone who offers you that movement as well. It makes me really, really interested why you would
Absolutely, yeah.
even say Martial don't get service when you could see he was zero interest in making a run, zero interest in attempting to make a run anywhere. Really lazy, in my opinion. He is shocking. Chris says Martial still loves off that goal versus Liverpool. He lives off that really good season he had when United played counter-attacking football for most of it. My man just said Grealish is better than English, a greatest ever player. Ravi says, is Donny ever going to play? Nope. Chris says Ollie isn't right for Manchester United. They need an elite manager, not the Norwegian Gollum from Lord of the Rings. If I were Donny, I'd leave immediately.
He's already put a transfer request in.
Should McTominay and James be out on loan? No. I would at best keep, if you haven't got the funds to replace all your midfielders, I'd keep McTominay as squad player and sell Dan James to the highest bidder. You probably have to cut a loss, but I
think Leeds made a bid for him actually. I think
I would be
Dan James.
I'd be snapping their hands off. Whatever they're willing to put on the table, snap it, walk away. Fuck it, don't walk away, sprint away. Literally just dump Dan James on their office table and no looking back, just fucking get out of there. Make sure you got a getaway car, get like a Lamborghini or a Bugatti waiting outside, dump James, sprint, get in the car, fly off. In fact, if you can get a helicopter outside their offices, do that. Just make sure you're as far away from them as possible, because once they realise Dan James is shite, you're in for shit. Who plays for Fred Matic, Martial, the manager? Yeah, that is the issue. Lucas put Greenwood over Saka.
I did.
That's a discussion. You can't.
I do. I said that yesterday, but I do want to touch on Greenwood, Pogba, De Gea, because if it weren't for those three, United are walking out of that game about we're 2-3-4-0 loss. I mean, Greenwood obviously getting the goal. Pogba was trying. No one could say that Pogba wasn't trying. Okay, it wasn't all coming off, but he was trying. And De Gea with that absolutely magnificent
great save.
One-on-one. Really did very well. And I think also it would have given him a shit ton of confidence. So someone touch on that. Greenwood, Pogba, De Gea, obviously are three shining lights out of what Shaw looks shit, Maguire looks shit. I mean, the rest of them are just...
No, respect Maguire, man. He took the knee. Respect.
Shut up, hell, man. Seriously, we're talking about a game, not fucking...
No, let me speak on this game, yeah. For me...
No, we're talking about Greenwood, Pogba, De Gea.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, Greenwood is... He's amazing. Like Niall said about the strikers incident, got into the position where striker should be to score that chance. Yeah, it's a bit fortunate because McCarthy should have saved that. Literally went for him, but you need to take your chances, and Greenwood took it. Yeah, a beautiful layback from Pogba and De Gea with crucial saves to keep United in the game, because those mistakes the defenders made, and Varane's probably watching like, what the fuck is going on? Like, Lindelof is the worst centre-back I've ever seen. He is awful. He is absolutely awful.
I thought Maguire was worse than Lindelof on Sunday.
They're both.
Yeah, he gave the ball away in a really bad position, and then that's when Armstrong almost scored. But then, De Gea made that really good save.
I want to give a special
if it weren't for De Gea, Armstrong would have scored. Yeah, that was really close.
I'll give a special shout out to from the United player, but Southampton player. Livramento was brilliant.
Yeah. He was quite good. He was very good. Yeah.
Well, I praised him on the watch along. I said, everyone expected Livramento to go to St Mary's, be a squad player, maybe play a few under-23 matches. He might make it in. Hassan Hootel's been very impressed with Livramento, chucked him straight in. Tough game, United, and he was incredible. Russ, I'll go to you. Obviously,
tell people how good this guy is, right? But nobody wants to believe a Chelsea fan when they're gassing up like their own academy players, because obviously every fan's going to gas up their own academy players. But I've been trying to tell people this kid is so good. And if we didn't have Reece James, we'd have kept him. You know, literally, the only reason he's gone is the same reason that we had to sell Tarek Lamptey. Is that, you know, we've got Azpilicueta, we've got Reece, we've got Chalobah, who sometimes goes into that role on that side. And, you know, it's a long road into the first team for Livramento. Yeah. And he wasn't willing to wait, but he's class, man. He's such a good player.
He'll be bought back by Chelsea in about 4 or 5 years' time.
100%. We've got a buyback clause in his contract.
He was absolutely brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. Anyone else got anything to say on Southampton United before we go to the next game?
Yeah, I just want to say that I cannot believe that Fred is a professional footballer who costs £50 million. 50 million.
That matches the 50 million they spent on a striker as well.
For Fred.
£100 million down the drain.
Fred.
No,
50 million.
That's not
that blows me away. Who looked at this guy play football and thought, I want to spend £50 million on him? That seems completely reasonable.
No,
this guy, he belongs.
He's a Mourinho signing. He's a Mourinho signing. Mourinho wanted him.
No, to be fair, he was very good at Shakhtar Donetsk, but moving to United, he's absolutely flopped.
I was just about to say, it's a big difference between Shakhtar Donetsk and Manchester United. I know it does. I know it doesn't look like it now. I mean, they're almost the same level, but back in the day, there was a big gap between Shakhtar Donetsk and Manchester United. The gap is shrinking.
Point, right? Regardless of what he did before he came to United, okay, has Ollie not seen enough of him at United to know that he's not good enough?
Yeah,
it's that simple. Is he good enough for a team like Manchester United?
Mate,
one
Russ,
of the biggest clubs in the world.
Russ, he's not even good enough to get into any Premier League's midfield, let alone Manchester United.
One of the biggest clubs in the world. Yeah. You're in a top 6 Premier League club, and it absolutely astounds me that this guy gets into their lineup week in, week out. And if that doesn't tell you that their midfield is fucked, then I don't know what will.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Add one more. Okay, no.
Go for it.
No, read the comment. I'll say it after.
No, we're selling Shaqiri for 10 million. A good deal by Liverpool. Yeah, you were never playing him, so you just gained 10 million. But yeah, carry on, Valve.
I need to ask United fans a question because I was watching the stream earlier from a United show. One guy said, was it necessary to buy Sancho? Because the reason he said it was that Ole's playing counter-attacking football, and then Sancho is going to usually be the one that's going to be creating stuff. Like, what's Ole's plan this season? Is he going to play counter-attacking football?
That is one of the RJ. It's okay. Let me just quickly wrap that up in a spliff and smoke it quickly. It won't take me too long. Was it essential to buy Sancho? That has got to be one of the dumbest questions I've ever heard. Was it essential for Liverpool to buy Van Dijk? Yeah, of course it was.
No, it's not for me. I'm not saying that.
Will Sancho improve United? Absolutely. Will it improve United to a point where they could,
at least.
Will it improve United to a point where they could put Sancho on the right and put Mason Greenwood up front if Cavani's not fit for a game? Yes, it could. Would it improve United where Bruno, Pogba and Greenwood seem to have a much better link up to whatever the fuck Martial offers? Yes, absolutely. Will Sancho, after a couple of months, get into this sort of way United play? Will he offer attacking input down that right-hand side? Of course he will. He's Jadon Sancho. He's not Dan James. So, yes, it absolutely was crucial for United to get Sancho because Greenwood is not a right winger. So they didn't have a right winger at Manchester United. So, yes, it absolutely was crucial for Sancho to come in. That's been put in a spliff, smoked, and now we move on. Question 4 for the panel. Which players will have a decent season this season? We'll get into that on another show because I don't think there's enough time. There's so many going. It's going to be so many good players. Yeah, I was just about to say, it's going to be a fair few, aren't they?
It's quite an open question, really.
Yeah, Mourinho didn't want Fred. He wanted a centre-back. He wanted Maguire, didn't he, for 40 mil. Are United still in for Camavinga? They are, but PSG look like they're lining up a £30 million bid, and looks like Rennies are prepared to accept. Of course they are.
Liverpool interested in was also.
We need squad depth. Hold on, who are you interested in?
Camavinga as well, but
it's been publicly stated that Camavinga don't really want to come to the Premier League. But moving on, briefly we'll talk about Wolves versus Spurs. Spurs were a Dele Alli penalty 10 minutes into the game. What was everyone's thoughts on that?
Such a bullshit penalty. That was a joke. That Dele Alli literally threw himself in a different direction to where he was originally running to make it look like it was a penalty. So that pissed me off more than the Arsenal one pissed me off.
Saka do it as well.
So honestly, some of the I know they're like saying they changed the rules and like they're trying to do it differently this season, but like that was a fucking joke of a decision. How can like you watch a replay and watch someone throw themselves into a keeper and think that's a fucking penalty?
Yeah.
Also, fuck Spurs, shit club.
Love it. Anyone else got anything to? Anyone got anything else to add on Wolves Spurs?
Yeah, Wolves had chances like Traore. If he actually had end product, he would have scored, and Wolves would have won the game. Like literally, he's got strength, he's got pace, he's got power, he's got all of those things. He just can't finish to save his life. Honestly, like the same thing happened last week as well. Like, like Traore was like 1-on-1 and his shot went wide. It's kind of annoying. And now Spurs want to sign him, which is quite funny.
Traore is a juiced up Dan James. I've said it for ages.
He's going to Spurs on loan.
And the report Spurs want him for 40 million. So
no, they're going to get him for loan, and then it'll be like.
It depends on what they're going to use him as. If they're going to use him as a winger, he's going to be so ineffective. If they use him as a wing back, it could potentially work. But even then, it's not the greatest sign of all time. But to be fair, Spurs can't really be picky at this precise moment. Harry Kane came on for the last 10 minutes. Anyone expecting Harry Kane to still be a Spurs player by the end of the transfer window?
No.
Nah. He's gone, I think.
I think he's staying. He's going to stay.
Okay. Anyone got anything else to add before we move on to second to last game?
Was that a penalty for Skip on what's his name? Semedo.
I didn't watch this game.
So basically, Skip lost the ball. Semedo came charging in. Skip takes out Semedo, but he didn't get the ball. And the ref said no penalty.
That I don't know. Did they do a VAR check for that?
No, I don't think so.
God knows. I didn't see it. I haven't watched. I need to watch Matchday back and find this game, but I will do that at some point. But moving on to second to last game, obviously involved the North London. This was embarrassing for Arsenal. Absolutely embarrassing. Luke, as an Argyle fan, do you want to rip into Arteta briefly?
Well, I'm just going to say this, I think people are overreacting to this game a bit too much. I know it leaves Arsenal in a bad position, but did you really expect Arsenal to beat this Chelsea team? Like, if you're going to sit there and tell me you thought Arsenal would win this game, you're just stupid. I'm sorry.
No, yes, because apparently Tierney's better than Robertson, Saka's better than Greenwood.
Shut up, man. What
are
you? So you think because these players are better than players that don't play for Chelsea?
It's called Saka, doesn't it?
I don't get that's not a stupid point though. Like you've got Chelsea, who are champions of Europe, won the Champions League, and they added Lukaku to that team as well. You thought that Arsenal had a chance. Any team that is fielding Pablo Mari and Rob Holding at centre back against fucking Lukaku, like you're just asking to get bummed.
Oh my god! Like he bullied them, absolutely bullied them. He made Pablo Mari his bitch.
It's not even like he fucked up one centre back. He did it to both. He literally fucked up both.
It was literally men against boys. He just held them off.
Did anyone think Arteta should? Because you could see after 10 minutes that just Reece James had too much space down that right hand side, and
he was very good.
And I don't want to go in on Martinelli too much because obviously he is a generational talent that's better than Greenwood, apparently, according to some Arsenal fans. None of which are on the panel, because none of which share such disgusting views. But I do think Arteta should have changed the formation because playing four at the back with two centre backs of Holding and Mari against Lukaku is just that's just
the thing
abusive.
The thing is why I think Tierney was poor. Obviously, I don't think he had a good game.
Yeah,
but the reason he was doing what he was doing and tucking in so much is because of Pablo Mari was getting bitched by Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku literally fucking made Mari's bitch. So Tierney had to keep fucking in so he could support Mari. And Saka, who was also poor yesterday, didn't track back enough, which was unlike Saka, really, because normally Saka tracks back. But I think Arsenal just kind of, obviously they've been a bit, like their squad has been a bit negatively impacted by COVID. You know, they've had Ben White out and both strikers, and so they're obviously gonna, they're gonna have to play the young guns up front. But I mean, I still think like it was a poor performance by Arsenal. Don't get me wrong, but I think that they were in the first half, especially like first 20 minutes, even I thought Arsenal looked alright. To be fair, if they had, if they brought a striker in this window, I felt like they would have done a bit better in that game. They were good, like going forward. Like Pepe looked quite sharp, but I just think they didn't sustain it. And Chelsea's like when Havertz dropped into the midfield, it just became so much more easy for Chelsea to kind of control that game. And I think now that they've added Lukaku as well, Chelsea are easily title contenders. Like, I'd probably be surprised if Chelsea don't win it this season, to be honest.
Yeah, they could get Koundé as well.
Yeah, I'd certainly, they're certainly in the bracket of favourites, aren't they? But Russ, we'll go to you. Obviously, we've had the Argyle fans sort of analysis on the match. What was your analysis? Obviously, being a Chelsea fan, I'm sure you were a lot happier than Arsenal fans.
I just thought it looked like men against boys, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, Arteta, again, he needed to change something. It was so obvious after 10 minutes. They were just getting overloaded down that right-hand side. They had no one there to cover him at the back. Saka was just up the pitch, doing his thing, not really seeming to give a shit defensively. Reece James was just running riot down that right-hand side. And nothing changed. It was just poor from Arteta as well, to be honest with you. He knew that he weren't going to have, like you say, he weren't going to have his experienced players playing. You've got a bunch of young players, and if you're going to just watch this happen to your team without changing anything, then what do you expect? Lukaku just he was just bullying people left, right, and centre. He was brushing off Arsenal defenders like they were nothing. It was just it was embarrassing.
It was way too easy for him.
It was way too easy for him. Look how quickly their defenders got booked. And then at that point, it's even harder to defend against him because you can't even attempt to even try and grab him and try and get him. Not that they had much chance anyway of winning a physical battle against him, but it just makes your job even harder when you're on a yellow card. And the fact that, like I say, the fact that Arteta didn't change anything was what surprised me because it was so obvious for anyone watching the game. I'm not a manager. But after 10 minutes, I could see that it was not working for Arsenal. They just looked so overwhelmed, and especially down the right-hand side. I didn't really understand it from Arteta, to be honest with you. I expected him to make some sort of change, even if it was just a case of telling Saka that he needs to sit back more. But like I say, it was just. Like I started with, it looked like men against boys out there. Chelsea had a game plan. They knew what they wanted to do. And Lukaku looked fantastic, as most people expected he would against Arsenal's defence. But, it was. I think it was pretty much what a lot of people were expecting, if we're being 100% honest, apart from, the odd deluded Arsenal fan who's sort of clinging on to the hope that they might get one of their miracle wins against us.
I thought it is positivity. But
Yeah, well, there's positivity and then there's delusion.
Yeah.
Those are two separate things. Positivity would have been saying that they could beat Brentford, which they should have.
The positivity is saying we'll keep Lukaku quiet for 30 minutes. Like, that's positivity. Delusion is saying we'll keep Lukaku quiet for the whole game. That's delusion.
I was surprised at Arteta as much as anything else, to be honest with you, and the lack of just reaction.
I just think it's he's tactically inept.
I'm not sure what it is, but I mean, come on, he knows enough to know that. Well, you would have thought that he knows enough to see that something needed to change in that game very quickly. If we can all sit here, and spot that instantly within 10 minutes of the game that they need to do something on the left-hand side, then why can't a Premier League manager who spent how many years working under Pep Guardiola, one of the best managers in the world, and he can't spot a simple problem straight away, like what was going on with their left-hand side. Okay, and I know it's Arsenal, and it's probably there's no quick, we'll just throw this person on and that'll fix it, because I mean, who do you stick in that left side to try and fix that? But at least ask Saka to sit back and try and attempt to help out with Reece James on that right hand side.
Yeah. No, I
mean, he did it. He clearly did. No, you can clearly tell he said at half time that Saka needs to drop in more. But that was 45 minutes too fucking late. Because
precisely, this is what I mean. 10 minutes into that game was enough to see what was going on.
I mean, for Arsenal, the only thing that was really positive, like the silver linings from that game, was Pepe was all right in the first half. But I mean, the two players that again stood out, Smith Rowe and Lokonga, like they are just so good. Like they are probably not the two most, but two of the most technically gifted players in that Arsenal team. So like Smith Rowe, especially the way he carries himself on the ball, like for such a young player, he's genuinely brilliant. I know, like towards the end, he got a bit sloppy, but when you're doing all that running and bringing all that energy to a team, like for 80 minutes, you're going to expect them to drop off.
I think he's good. He's a very good young player. I think at times he tries to do a bit too much.
Yeah,
I just think
I agree.
I think the position he in that 10 role is not really what he should really be playing off the left. I think he's way better off the left.
I think he's good, but like I say, I think sometimes he tries to do too much. But at the same time, you have to take into account, look at the players around him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why would you want to give them the ball?
Yeah.
I think what
sometimes I don't blame him for trying to do it all himself, because he must be looking at that Arsenal team and thinking he has to.
Do you now think with Odegaard coming in, it might just help Emile Smith-Rowe have two of them? Because he could trust Odegaard to give him the ball and to do a bit of link-up. Obviously, if Saka works out what he's got to do with his football career, because if he plays like that for much more, then people
I think it definitely will help Smith-Rowe at least. Yeah. Whether or not those two are enough to try and help Arsenal, probably not. I think they need... I mean, you've got to consider the fact that they've spent more than anyone else in this summer window.
Yeah.
And what have they really got to show for it?
They got cracking beat.
They don't look any different.
I don't really see what problems they've managed to fix by spending all this money.
Well, you've got a cracking B team now, mate.
This is the thing, you can go out and you can spend 130 mil they've spent on essentially...
And only
mostly, Ben White aside, they've spent 130 million on mostly squad players.
Yeah, Ben White and Lokonga. I mean, they're the only two that I could see getting into side.
I think they seem to have gone for quantity over quality.
Yeah,
which is not.
Yeah,
the sad thing is
you can't do that in the Premier League. Chelsea have spent practically 100 million this window, but we spent it on one player in one position that we desperately needed to fix.
Yeah. Needed a striker, and they got it.
Needed a striker. That was painfully obvious last season, was that Chelsea desperately needed a striker,
Yeah.
and we've brought Lukaku.
Yeah,
and
but at
that's
the
it.
same time, Chelsea they've been able to offload so many players as well. Like they've been able to recoup that money that they've spent. So they've been quite wise. They've been in the transfer market.
We've been selling players left, right, and centre.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been offloading so many players, and some of them is a bit disappointing in a way because we've actually offloaded quite a lot of talented young players.
Yeah,
which is quite disappointing. I would much rather have seen a lot of our dead wood players going, and some of them have, but some of them are still there that realistically do not need to be.
It's not even like Chelsea sell players that like they're just good at offloading them. They good at getting good prices for them. Like they got 22 million for Mark Gay.
We've got Marina Granovskaya, who's in control of most of our transfers, and over the last 10 years, like the sales that she's made and the players that she's brought in, she's done a fantastic job. And I think that's one of the big problems at Arsenal right now is their recruitment is poor, really. I can't think of one particularly great signing that Arsenal have made in the last few years, to be honest with you.
Well,
the only one I can think of.
The only one I can think of is Lukonga. Because I think he's going to be.
Yeah, no, Lukonga's not bad. He's not bad.
Odegaard, would you say Odegaard? I mean, Odegaard last season was promising.
He was promising, but he's not going to fix their midfield for me personally.
Yeah, I think he fixes a little bit, but I think him Lukonga, I think are really two good buys. Ben White, I'm still confused by that one. Aaron Ramsdale, he probably is going to be better than Leno. It's hard not to be at this rate. Tavares might, but
Ramsdale just sums up the biggest problem with Arsenal for me. You sold Martinez for what? 20 million?
Yeah,
I think.
And now you brought in Ramsdale for 30. What goes on in that club?
I think Ramsdale's a good goalkeeper. I'm going to write
but I think no, but Velv, I think you're completely missing the point that Russ is making. Which is
I know. Like they
had a top class goalkeeper and sold him.
Martinez was arguably their best keeper.
Not only did Arsenal have a top class keeper, they had a top class keeper that suited Arteta's system, and he sold him for the one who doesn't, and then he brought in another keeper that for double the price pretty much, who doesn't really suit Arteta's system.
And he also got rid of a centre back that suits Arsenal's system. He's up playing at Marseille.
Saliba.
You've even.
How are you sending Saliba out on loan and you're playing Pablo Mari and Rob Holding?
Doesn't make any sense.
The transfers, the loans, it baffles me what's going on at that club because they just seem to be clueless from top to bottom.
Baffles us all.
Kolasinac is still at Arsenal, man.
He is, yes. Slen, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Do you have anything you want to say on Arsenal Chelsea before we move on briefly?
Yeah, have a lot. So it was a very good training session for Chelsea. A very good 90 minutes. I mean, we didn't even need to go to the second gear. Like Lukaku scores in the 14th minute, and another one comes in later. I mean, we were good. We didn't have to do a lot. They didn't ask us to. They didn't ask as many questions, but it is a magnificent start of a season for us. 2 games, 2 wins, and we are unbeaten in the last 11 in the Premier League. I mean, another clean sheet for Mendy. Lukaku versus Pablo Mari. It was funny. Mari was bullied like a little kid. And that Lukaku header, by the way, and a smart save by Leno. I think we should have won this game by more goals, but Leno was class there. And Yeah, so it was a good game all around. Actually, Palace tried more than Arsenal did. I think the scoreline is the scoreline is lying to Arsenal. Like they did something, but in real sense, the only problem they cost us is that Aubameyang chance, and Mendy was a sweeper keeper and he cleared it.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, it's
so.
fantastic from Mendy.
Yeah, so it was a very good training session, and I liked it. So we are ready for Liverpool, and yeah, it's
Bring it
actually a
on.
very good. What makes this training session better is that you get 3 points for it, and our players are getting fitter. So
Yeah.
I was very
He's
happy with the
definitely normal.
performance. I've never been
I hear
happier,
that.
and I'm very
Normal
confident
things, Arsenal.
going to Liverpool.
Yeah, I just want to move on because we have still got to do team of the week, and we've got so much to do. Don't forget a late show tomorrow. We'll probably end up talking about it there as well. This game finished 4-1, goals from Fornals, Ben Rama, and 2 from Antonio. He has now become the Hammers' all-time leading Premier League goal scorer. Perez got sent off in the 40th minute, and Tielemans got a goal in the 69th. So that is that one, really. Obviously, only Velv watched it, but we haven't really got time to start faffing around.
Yeah, I've watched like highlights of it.
Okay, well, does someone want to just talk us through it whilst I get team of the week up?
Okay, go on.
I mean, well, lads, I'll just ask you quickly. Was that a red card? I mean, it was very soft. You can definitely say that.
It was a really awkward one, wasn't it?
Yeah, for me, I can understand why it's a red, but I feel bad for Leicester because, like I said, he was in control of the ball and then he stood on your man's ankle. So I mean,
I think obviously it looked to me like he was trying to get his foot on the other side of the ball to protect the ball.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you know there's another player going for that ball, and you step over the ball with your studs up, you know you're running a risk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's one of those, isn't it? You know, it seems like it's probably a little bit harsh, but at the same time, you have to be in control. And you know, if you're going to step over the ball with your studs up when you know there's another player challenging for that same ball, then you have to accept the consequences of whatever happens in that scenario. Yep. You might get your foot down on the floor and you might perfectly block the ball and you might draw a foul out of the opponent. But on the other hand, you could do what happened today, which is you put your stud straight into someone else's shin.
I'm just re-watching it, and then Perez stumbles, like he gets tackled and he's literally stumbling over, tries to regain balance.
Yeah, he stumbles, but he purposely puts his foot on the opposite side of the ball to try and protect the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And when he does that, he puts his studs up. And like I say, if you put yourself in that scenario, then whatever happens at that point.
Absolutely. Anyone got anything else to say on West Ham, Leicester?
Leicester was shit, by the way.
Yeah, they were. They were pretty shit.
To be honest with you, to sum it up, Antonio looked fantastic. Leicester looked fucking awful.
Big win for West Ham.
I'm just praying that West Ham don't overuse Antonio because, like I said, they did that last season and they got the consequences. We all know his hamstrings are.
But they have to because
made of
they
cheese.
don't have the backup striker.
I mean, cheese is a fine way of saying it. I mean, to be fair, I was going to say it's like, you know, it's easy. You feel bad for Antonio because if he didn't have those injuries, he could be playing at a very big club because he is very talented.
He's a fantastic player.
And I mean, look, all the shithousery goes to him. I mean, his celebrations are fucking amazing, lads. To be fair, you know, the one there that fucking Bell was saying, I watched it. Fucking hell,
the touch he took for his second goal as well.
Oh man,
wow.
Oh, that was it just shows you how good he can be. And for a West Ham side who are playing in Europe this season, he's going to be a crucial part, and he needs to stay fit in order for this squad to actually do well. So,
but I think that's going to be another issue for them is playing in Europe as well. How much time can you afford to have Antonio resting?
They haven't. In my opinion, they haven't added the required depth that they need to play in Europe.
For Europe as well, yeah, 100%.
The question is, do they focus on Europe or they keep building?
No, absolutely not. You focus on the Premier League; it's your bread and butter. If you haven't got the squad to compete on both, you focus on the Prem.
That's fair.
You focus on the Prem. You hope that you can get back into Europe next season, and then you hope with that continued finance of finishing higher up in the Premier League, you're going to get more money for it. You can invest more into the squad. Don't forget, there's a lot more money in finishing 6th, 7th in the Premier League than finishing 14th in the Prem and having a bit of a run in the Europa League.
That's true.
A lot more money in the Prem than there is in the Europa League. So for me, focus on the Prem.
And like I said, it really does depend. Do they bring in anyone? Do you mean if they bring in someone, then maybe it might help them?
For me, I think that's a requirement. For me, I would probably, if I'm West Ham and United do come in for a desperate bid on Declan Rice and offer Lingard, I'd probably take the money and try and buy a striker.
Yeah, and a centre back. I do think they're
try and get maybe an Nketiah, just something. If I was West Ham, I sell Declan Rice, I take Lingard, and maybe look at try and get maybe an Nketiah or something just to bulk up a bit of depth over in that area. If I've got a bit of money spare, I go get a centre back.
I think it's an awkward situation for West Ham because Rice controls the tempo of their games quite a lot.
Yes.
He's a pretty important part of their team. But at the same time, like Niall says, if someone comes in and offers you anywhere between 80 odd million pounds for him,
even if United offer Lingard and 60-70 million, you have to probably take that.
I think it's going to be hard for them to turn down because, like you say, they need a bit more squad depth to stay in Europe.
And they know they'll lose Rice at some point in the near future. So why not try and get the most you can now?
He's refusing to sign a new contract. That's the latest coming out of West Ham.
So you're going to lose him for a lot cheaper. So you probably do have to try and maybe sell him this year and hope that it doesn't impact your midfield too much. Hope that Souček can carry it on.
I mean, look, people don't write him off. Souček is a very good player. I mean,
I don't think anyone's writing Souček off. I'm just thinking people are a bit worried about if Declan Rice was to leave.
Why didn't you offer them Fred? He could do the tumble.
Because nobody fucking wants him, though.
Who wants Fred?
Who wants Fred?
I heard the F2 freestylers turned him down because
you might. If you're gonna offer anyone, you might as well at least offer McTominay because he'll get them a goal or two from a set piece, maybe.
That's true.
I mean,
McTominay's at least got something to offer, I guess.
I think if you offer anyone, you offer Lingard because he's been there and done well.
Yeah, he's done quite well.
That's a simple option, isn't it? Is West Ham knows that he fits in there and does a good job.
And they also know that they can get the best out of him. So you do take what you know is why Newcastle was so desperate to try and get Joe Willock because they know that they can get the best out of him. They know what he can offer them. I think that familiar can't get the word out. That's the one. I think that's really key in terms of getting a player, especially if you've had them on loan, getting them in. It takes them less time to adapt. They can normally hit the ground running a little bit better as long as the manager's still the same and most of the players are still there. It just helps with that sort of part. But really, it's a really difficult situation for West Ham. Someone's listening to TV.
Sammy.
Yeah, it was Jay.
It was Jay. It's okay. We're going to do team of the week anyway. So team of the week, goalkeeper of the week. RJ, we'll start with you. Who are you putting in goal?
Trying to think who actually stood out this week.
You are allowed to say David De Gea because
I know I am.
If it weren't for him, your club would have been
100%.
It would have been embarrassing. Not that it already wasn't.
Yeah, fuck it. Just because he pretty much saved us a point, I have to go for De Gea. Just because.
Yeah, no, I know I've said a lot of things about De Gea, but you are allowed to say De Gea on this aspect. Russ, who are you putting in goal for this week?
I don't know. Like, I struggle to sort of think of anyone who particularly stood out to me.
I'll just be biased.
Come back to me in a second.
Okay. Slan?
I have two goalkeepers in mind. No one really had a really good game that you can say it was the best game of the game week. I have De Gea at the top of my head, and I have Mendy for just the two good interventions. And I am a Chelsea fan, so I'm allowed to be biased. So I'm gonna choose who? De Gea or Mendy? De Gea. I'll choose De Gea just because Mendy didn't have a lot of work to do. So
it's why I'm uneasy putting Mendy in there, because that Arsenal attack could have gone for hours and they weren't doing anything. Velvetron, what about you?
I'll say I'm biased, so I'm saying Alisson. I thought he made some good saves.
Okay.
No, he made some good saves. Like that near post save he made. That was
okay. Jay, who are you putting in goal?
I'm gonna put David De Gea. Yeah,
De Gea.
I thought he was really good yesterday.
I'm also going to go for De Gea. Russ, your vote doesn't now count, but who would you have put in anyway?
Well, yeah, sure. De Gea's fine.
Yeah. If it weren't for him, if it weren't for him, United would have been in so much shit. It's unreal. Right backs. I'm going to just start us off and just say Reece James.
Yeah.
I think
single-handedly the guy who assisted Romelu Lukaku in the bombing that was on Sunday. So I mean, you have to go for Mr. James.
But there's very good right back performances this week.
Yeah, there was a few. Trent had a very good game for Liverpool. I was really impressed actually with some right backs. Even though Norwich got absolutely hammered, I did think on Max Aarons' side there was nothing really going through. So, I thought he had a decent game. Obviously, he could not get into Team of the Week, but I thought he had a good game.
And Livramento had a very good game.
Fuck yeah, Livramento. Actually, I'm half tempted to just chuck out James and put in Livramento just because I don't know how many times. Can we do that?
Just edits it out because of the goal and the assist.
Oh, actually, no. If you can't think of
very good game.
1 minute. Can we swap James? Because I'm sure James is going to put another quality performance in. Right, it's going to get him into Team of the Week.
We want to put Livramento in.
No, listen, no.
We can. We just need to agree to it.
Listen, if we get one of the centre backs,
my vote.
I get Reece James.
A goal and an assist. That's what edges it for me.
Yeah, but Livramento put United on side.
Livramento was great.
I know, yeah, but
Reece James was even better.
I agree.
To be fair, Reece James came up against Arsenal. Livramento came up against Spurs.
Wait, what?
I mean United.
To be honest, Reece James should not be being given that space and time. Evidently,
well, you got it. That's the thing, and he used it correctly.
Spurs United, same thing. But okay, we'll go Reece James then. On to the left back. We'll do centre backs in a minute. Obviously, I'm sure Holding and Murray will get honourable mentions. RJ, who are you chucking in at left back? You cannot say Luke Shaw.
I don't want to say Luke Shaw. He fucking have his head in shame.
There should be one answer only. I'll be surprised.
No.
I'm
going for Simicast because of his assists. His assist over the weekend was fucking phenomenal, and I do think, thing was people are writing him off. Yeah, he's not going to start against Chelsea. Obviously, Rob was back, but I mean, what a run he had. To be fair, good assist, and he's kept 2 clean sheets. So.
Yeah. So RJ says Simicast. Russ?
I'm going to go with Alonso. I think he's done really well in these first couple of games.
That's fair.
Alonso? That's not a bad shout either.
He's really good, to be honest with you.
Slen?
Again, I have two players. So I have Cancelo. He had a good game, but it
Who's
was
right
against
back?
Norwich, and I have Tsimikas. So I think I'll take Tsimikas in this one. Cancelo was playing against Norwich, a team that wasn't really
Did Cancelo
giving
play
him
left back
any.
or did he play right
He
back?
played right back. He played right back.
Yeah.
He played left back, I think.
No, he's
No,
right
let me check.
back.
Let me check.
Walker
No,
was
Walker didn't
playing
play.
right back.
Double check us.
Actually, he
Walker
might
was
have
playing
played.
right back.
Oh, then yeah, Cancelo did play left back then. So 2 votes for Simicast.
Yeah, I know he did play left back. Actually.
Semikas. When you notice.
Jay?
Oh yeah, Tsimikas from Liverpool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd put him in. Yeah.
I would have gone for Alonso, but that's 4 votes to 2. So Simicast gets in. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be able to play. How do you spell?
Timi.
It's funny because like before this week, I couldn't even say his name. I said shit like Besiktas, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's not the right way of saying it."
I just said
Simicast, yeah.
Costas.
It's a silent T in it. But on to centre backs. RJ, who are your 2 centre backs of the weekend?
I'm going for Pep's golden boy in Laporte, and I'm going Duffy from Brighton.
Laporte,
right.
Duffy.
Both
Interesting.
got goals, lads. Both got goals. So.
Okay. Russ, I'm guessing you're going Mari and Holden.
Yeah, I'd have to just say Mari and Holding. What a fantastic display!
God bless him. God bless him.
What did we finish this?
Great, like the way they worked together as well was just incredible. Laporte, yeah, I'd just probably say Laporte. Yeah, to be honest with you, RJ's just took them 2 right out of my mouth. To be honest, I thought Duffy played really well, and so did Laporte.
Big of the Irishman. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's a cracking game from Duffy. I can't.
He did, yeah. No, and that's rare. I mean, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't argue.
No, but,
he had a really good game.
Yeah.
No, you definitely can't. Slen, what about you?
I'll go for Mings and Laporte. I think Russ, Duffy, apart from scoring, he didn't have a lot to defend. I mean, he didn't have a lot to do in that game. So
did you see how many aerial duels he won?
Yeah, he literally was one of the most dominant centre backs on that pitch.
Okay, it's fine. So
Watford,
it's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own. Velshwan has dipped. I don't know why Velshwan dipped, but Jay, what about you? Who are you going for centre backs?
I'm gonna put in Duffy and Van Dijk. I thought Van Dijk had a good game. Yeah, against Burnley. Liverpool they looked really good with Van Dijk in the team. And, yeah.
The mighty Burnley.
Okay, so
yeah.
Can I just say, like, the funny thing was, like, they're the first club since I think Nottingham Forest or something like that to have like all 11 players going from 1 to 11. Like, if that's
1 to 11.
If that doesn't scream Burnley, what the fuck doesn't? I mean, seriously, that's just amazing.
Brilliant.
That is the most Burnley thing ever, isn't it?
What are you guys talking about?
We're doing centre
about
backs. We're doing centre backs. Who are your votes for centre back?
Wait, who's next? Me?
Yeah. You're the only one who hasn't voted. I haven't voted yet, but I'll go last.
Laporte Duffy.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for you, someone did vote for Van Dijk, so you could have snuck him in there, but nope, it is Laporte and
I'll
Duffy.
be honest, I didn't think Van Dijk, he didn't have to do anything. I thought Matip was more better than him.
Interesting. And Laporte. So.
Yeah, well, you speak very highly of Matip.
Yeah, he loves Matip. On to the 3 central midfielders. RJ. I'm guessing Fed and Matic go nowhere near that, right?
Yeah, they're going to fucking back arse of fucking Timbuktu in my book, so fuck them. Right, first player. I'm going to give it. No, shut up,
Velvishwan. Let me hear it so that I can write them down.
Right, Dele Alli.
Ali, right.
I'm going to go with Klitsch from Leeds.
Klitsch.
And I will go for Oh, the last one's tough though because you sure we can't put Livermento in that midfield three?
Absolutely
right
not.
back.
No, you cannot put Livermento there.
Uh,
I know I told Velv to shut up, but Harvey Elliott did have a very good game.
right,
I'm
fine.
just saying.
Harvey Elliott. Wait, hold on, wait. Let me just see if West Ham. Benrahma then.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, Benrahma. Big up Benrahma.
Lovely. So, Russ, what about you?
Well, Benrahma, 100%.
Mhm.
Easily. He's been brilliant so far. 2 games, 2 goals and 2 assists, I believe.
Yes. Man's been popping Saturday.
Declan Rice was very good tonight for them. So, yeah, I say Declan Rice and Mason Mount for the third one.
Oh, man. He was... Oh.
That's fine. That's
Sorry?
fine.
What was that?
Slen, what about you?
Oh my god. I had Benrahma as one of my wingers, so this one is messed up.
Yeah, that
But
was what I had him as one of my wingers originally.
yeah.
But I mean,
Hold on. I'll tell you where he played.
do you not play centre? I thought Fornals played on the left.
Yeah, he played left wing.
Oh.
We can just put Benrahma. Well, do you know what? Just
No,
Sen, who do you want to
He
vote?
said Harvey Elliott. No, put Harvey Elliott.
No.
Sen, who do you want to vote for? We'll just go through it that way.
So I have 5 midfielders.
Well, you need to narrow it down.
And I have to narrow them down to 3. So I have El Ghazi, I have Mount, I have Rafinha, Jorginho, and Bissouma. So this is my final answer.
Right.
At CDM or deploying midfielder, I have Jorginho.
Jorginho was shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Left mid, I have El Ghazi. At right mid, I have Rafinha. Yeah.
Rafinha was a winger.
Rafinha is a
It's
winger.
okay. It's okay, RJ. It's
Then
okay.
I have Mount. I had those two.
No. We'll just go Rafinha. It's fine.
Okay.
Jay, what about you?
So wait, is this for the right wing position?
No, this is for central midfield.
Oh, central midfield. Yeah, go with Declan Rice. Yeah, 'cause he had a good game today, didn't he? Yeah, all right. I'll go with Declan Rice. And then left midfield. Could you put Grealish or? Yeah.
No, he's a winger. He was a winger. That's.
He's a winger. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
So
definitely.
was Benrahma. No, you could put Grealish in.
No,
I don't know.
I'm not putting that Loves Island Lanzini in that team.
Guys, zip it.
Oh, I honestly, I'm not sure. Benrahma, and I need someone else. Yeah, Delhi. You can put Delhi as well.
Delhi. Okay.
Can I just clarify? Are we keeping Benrahma in midfield or are we putting him at left wing?
What do you guys want to do?
Well,
Left wing.
Benrahma was my vote for left wing originally, but then RJ said him for a midfielder.
Yeah, because I'm
You just don't want Harvey Elliott in.
Right, so we'll take out Benrahma and he'll go. He'll obviously get a shout out for left wing. Alright, so Benrahma's no longer. So I need votes from RJ, Russ, and who else voted for Benrahma? Was it Jay?
Yeah.
Right, so you all quickly need to chuck me another player to vote for. Quick fire.
Actually, yeah, Pogba,
Bissouma.
because he played in the middle 3, didn't he?
Bissouma.
Bissouma was
Bissouma,
fucking beast, man.
Right,
Yeah,
so
Bissouma,
2 votes. Russ, what about you?
Decore.
Was he good this week?
Yeah, it was alright.
He was last week, but this week he was ish.
Velvishwan.
I mean, you did pick El Ghazi.
Velvishwan, what about you?
Harvey Elliott.
Right,
Well,
now give me 2 more names. So Elliot gets 1.
Bissouma.
Yeah.
Kovacic.
Right. I am going to go for Bissouma, Harvey Elliott,
Bissouma,
and I am going to go for
Harvey Elliott. Didn't he get one vote?
Yes.
And I'm gonna
Technically 3, but RJ didn't want to put Harvey Elliott, so
and I'm
How do you know? I literally got
I'm
players
gonna
who
go.
were better than Harvey Elliott this week, man.
I am gonna go
They
for. I'm gonna
Yes,
go
they
for
were.
Declan Rice. So Declan Rice is in there, as is Bissouma. Now we need to work out Ali or Elliott.
But who got the goal?
I'll chuck a vote in for Ali.
Yay.
Big up. Wait, who did you say?
He said Elliott.
No, I
You
said
said
Ali.
Hey, big up, Billy Tommy boys. Let's go.
All right. Do you know toss of the coin's gonna be easier?
Nah,
Chris,
no.
Yeah.
Toss
Surely
it
it's
down,
that
man.
three votes to
RJ,
Fuck your
heads
agenda
or no?
out here, mate.
I
voted Elliott as well. So you want tails, okay? Heads it is.
Yeah, but that's two for you. Come on here now.
RJ, shut the fuck up. It's gone to heads, you donut. Which means, guess what? Dele Alli goes in there.
Finally.
I swear, this guy.
It was 3-2 anyway. It was 3-2 anyway.
RJ, do you listen to this with your headphones just put on the table? Like, I confuses me. It confuses me. Now on to left wing. I'm guessing everyone's going to vote for Benrahma.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah?
Okay. Gotta give him.
I don't think I've any. Oh, hey, did
How do you
Jesus
spell his
play
name?
left wing?
No, he played
no,
out
he
front.
played striker.
How do you spell Benrahma?
BN.
Found him. Right wing, I'll start us off. I'm just going to say Greenwood because I like him. I thought he also had a good game.
Was he a right winger?
He played right wing because you had Martial.
Oh, he did,
up
yeah,
front.
Martial. We had fucking.
And Greenwood was one of your best players. So I'm saying Greenwood.
I know.
RJ, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he fucking saved us, didn't he? So Greenwood.
Yeah. Russ.
Jesus played on the right wing, yeah?
No, he was
played
up
striker.
front.
Hold on, let me check. Oh, no, wait,
Really?
hold on.
I'm sure he played on the
No,
wing.
no, you're right, yeah. Gabriel
Yeah, I'm
Jesus
going for
played on the
Jesus, man. That was a fucking performance and a half on the right wing for him.
right. Norwich.
Well, he
I
got
was
like
just
3
about to
assists,
say-
didn't he?
He played
Yeah.
Norwich, mate. He played Norwich.
Oh, he still played fucking well.
Yeah.
He can
Jesus.
only play the team that's put in front of him, Niall.
All right. Slen, what about you?
I'll pick Greenwood.
Greenwood. Excellent choice. Looks like Niall from North Korea doesn't have to come out this week. What about you, Jay?
It's got to be Mason Greenwood, yeah.
Oh, this
Really
is-
good performance again.
Jesus Christ,
I
man.
can
You lot
I can
just want
offi-
to
Yeah.
suck Niall off straight away.
I can officially say Niall from North Korea is staying in the cupboard today.
Jesus was so much better.
What about but Greenwood was up against Southampton.
Nah,
and Jesus
I
was
love
up
Greenwood
against
too
Norwich.
much. I love Greenwood too much.
Velvishwan, what about you? Do you know, I'll put Velvishwan's vote down for Jesus so it's nice and fair. 4-2 win for Greenwood. Now, I'm guessing the striker is the most self-explanatory one that I'm ever going to write in. Plays for Chelsea.
Oh, yes.
Antonio?
The guy.
Oh,
Oh,
actually,
actually,
maybe it
Can I
won't be.
just say, as
Yeah.
the Chelsea fan, I was actually going to vote Antonio.
Right, okay, so
Same.
we'll do the vote. RJ, who are you saying?
It has to be Antonio, man. Big up Antonio.
Oh, actually, can we
The
just put Ryan Brewster for Bents?
No. The reason
He doesn't play in the
I-
Prem anymore.
The reason I didn't say Antonio is because I haven't watched the game. Russ, you're saying Antonio?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Lukaku was fantastic, but Antonio had a fucking brilliant game today.
Lukaku is like a death list now. He's literally taking
And
out
he's
all centre
tired.
backs in his way. Like
Slen, what
Pavamari
about,
and fucking yeah.
Slen, what about you?
Antonio is my striker, and I'm doing that just because of that touch just before he scored.
Oh,
Otherwise,
second
I would have
goal.
put Lukaku.
Yeah, second goal just.
Jay?
I'm saying Lukaku only because I didn't see Antonio's performance today.
I mean that's fair.
Yeah, it's the same.
I'm saying Lukaku. Lukaku was excellent yesterday.
It's the same with me. I'm voting Lukaku because, to be frankly honest, I didn't watch Antonio's game today. Velvishwan, what about you?
There's so many good strikers. Jota with that amazing header, Lukaku with his amazing debut, but Mecca, shot RJ. He's better than yours.
Oh,
But
In
Antonio, he's a beast, man.
Antonio, it is. Antonio wins that 4-2. Oh no, not Rudiger, Jesus. Mikel Antonio. So our team of the week, not fucking Rudiger. Like no one needs Rudiger up front. Although I'm sure he could shit house his way a goal. It'll probably piss off two centre backs, a left back and a right back, and probably knock out the goalkeeper. Knowing just Rudiger, he's definitely. I said this on the stream yesterday. Rudiger is an absolute cunt, but you want a cunt at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's what our goal didn't have last year. We just had three nice lads who would just get pushed around. Now we've got three cunts at the back who are like, you want to fight? Okay, then I'm going to fight you. I don't want to have to fight you, but now I'm going to break your legs. Metaphorically, obviously, don't go out there and smack someone's leg in two. But our team of the week is David De Gea in goal, Reece James right back, Duffy and Laporte with Tsimikas left back, a midfield three of Ali, Rice, Bissouma, with Ben Rama and Greenwood operating the two wings, and Antonio up top. Guys, you happy with that team of the week? You upset with it? What's your thoughts?
I still think Jesus deserves to be there.
Yeah, well, no one needs that negative.
let's make Jesus the manager.
He can be on the bench.
No one needs the negativity around that, Russ. Obviously, you know the rules.
Three assists.
Yeah, but you know,
whilst playing out of his regular position.
Yeah, it's okay. Greenwood was also playing out of his regular position and still managed to do more running than Martial in his position.
I mean, Greenwood's been playing right wing for God knows how long. So
yeah, but he's actually a striker, Russ. If we want to get political about this,
how many times has Jesus played on the right wing?
Probably a lot. No, it's Pep's system, mate. He's probably played that half time in training. Yeah, that's what I thought. So Ross is only upset. Ross is only upset because Greenwood's in it, and now.
No, it's not even that Greenwood's in. I just think Jesus deserved to be in it. Do you want
to know why I also voted Greenwood? Because I didn't watch Man City versus Norwich, mate.
I mean, to be fair, 3 assists should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, but it's Norwich, mate. You could have got an assist. All you had to do was go down there left and
Greenwood played Southampton, for fuck's sake. There's not much better, is it?
He was on the side of who's Southampton's left back now.
Well, that answers your question, doesn't it? You don't even know who it fucking is.
No, because they got a new one from, I swear, fucking Brazil or something.
Perun, yeah. Perun.
Yeah.
I can't say his name properly, yeah.
He was all right.
He brought in.
He
came from the French league, I swear. He was actually one of the most dominant players for Lille, I do believe.
French, Brazil, same thing.
If I'm not wrong,
there's not much point in me arguing with Niall to try and get Greenwood out.
I tried that last week.
We all know how that ends.
Yeah, and the best bit is I didn't even have to bring out North Korea now.
I know. I can't believe how many people voted Greenwood over Jesus.
It was 4-2, I believe, wasn't it? Or was it 5-1?
Yeah, to be fair, I'll be honest, I didn't see the game, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't voting.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm not sure many...
I didn't see the City game. I only saw the United games.
I was just impressed that Jesus played so well out of his normal position.
Yeah, but he was in a Man City side with God knows how much talent around.
Yeah, obviously, but
against Norwich,
it's not like he does this every game.
That's the equivalent of Chelsea coming down to Home Park and Lukaku getting a hat trick. Well, guess what, buddy? You should probably be getting a hat trick against us. We're in League One. You're Lukaku. That's the sort of similar sort of levels of Jesus and Norwich.
He's not Lukaku, is he?
You're right, but it was still Norwich.
He's the background boy at City. I was just quite impressed that
let me put it this way.
Wing and
Daniel Farke has seen so much of a problem with his left back. He's got Brandon Williams coming.
That's true. Come on, that has to say everything.
And I love Brandon Williams because his, as everyone knows, shithousery gets you my vote. I love shithousery. If you start chucking people in stands, well, guess what? I will defend you all the way until you retire. That's just simple sort of Niall sort of That's how I work. I like to see that. That's funny. So when Callum Hudson-Odoi got chucked into the stands at Stamford Bridge by Brandon Williams, I applaud that stuff. I enjoy it. It's why I also like Rudiger, because, I mean, we don't really talk about shithousery without mentioning Rudiger. I mean, Jesus, it's Rudiger. Man,
he's the best at it. He's the best.
Yeah, he just loves a scrap.
He's just an absolute asshole. But as I say,
you know what it is with Rudiger, right? It reminds me of Costa. I said this earlier in the chat. No, I don't know if you saw it, but it reminds me of Costa in the way that he always causes trouble, but he very rarely seems to get in any.
Yeah. He's exactly like David Costa.
That's exactly what Costa was like. He was just constantly causing trouble. But if you look at his disciplinary record, he didn't actually get in that much trouble.
It was probably because referees were afraid to book Rudiger. Like, you want to stand that close to Rudiger and present him a yellow card, and if you absolutely have to. Like, I don't think so. If I'm a referee, I'm like, oh, Antonio, you've just punched him in the face? I saw nothing.
It's kind of like the Keno scenario. Like, did you see the moment where I think it was Gary Neville? He's going to get a card. Keno comes up to the ref. He's like, "Nah, Roy, don't worry." It just puts away the card. Like, he
screams in his face. I've seen that picture.
That's the thing we're missing, right? We're missing players who are dominant. But the thing is, we don't always want that, because if you do that, referees are useless.
Alpha male.
With Keno, when he was getting sent off, he was already walking to the tunnel before
the red card.
Before the red card even came out of the pocket, he was down the tunnel getting changed.
To be fair, when he ended Alfie fucking Haaland's career, I mean, he was like, right, here you go, here's the armband, lads, I'm going for a fucking spin now. So
he's like, I'm gonna hit the showers before you stink and not come back in. I'll be up in the canteen if anyone.
What?
But that is it. We're going to wrap it up there. That will
Who's
get
the manager?
The manager? I don't know. Fucking Graham Potter. Like,
yeah, actually, I'd give it Graham Potter just because of how it worked out. To be fair, because playing Watford,
Mr. Harry Potter working his magic.
Oh fuck!
Harry Potter working his magic. Love it. I love that cheesiness. That's brilliant. You've just earned yourself a gold medal. Be proud. Be proud of that one. You absolutely should.
Don't be too proud, if we're being honest, but
nah. Be as proud as you want on that one, buddy. I love that. That was brilliant. You've just won the internet today. Russ is besides himself. Russ is besides himself.
As soon as I heard Potter, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. What have I got planned tomorrow? Let's talk tactics might make a return. Gonna do some transfer talks, obviously, or one. We're going to look at some of the deals that have happened, like Brandon Williams and all of that, and sort of piece out where all the other clubs are sort of sitting at with some of their players. We're going to look at Koundé. We're going to look at Lingard. We're going to look at whatever the hell United are doing over the next couple of days. No, I'm not really going to look at Shaqiri because that's not really important. He's already left.
Wow.
But yeah, we're going to look at like a few other things, obviously. We'll also probably look at Ramsdale to Arsenal. That seems like a good one to have a little chat about. But that's tomorrow. So yeah, let's talk tactics at some point in the afternoon. Transfer talk at probably 10 p.m. And then the late show at 11:30. So that's all for tomorrow. Before you go, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, with notifications on if you are new. If you're a regular viewer and you haven't got notifications on, shame on you. Also check out our socials: Twitter Let's Talk EPL, Instagram Let's Talk EPL _ and on TikTok at Robotic Jaguar. But RJ, where can they find you, mate?
I mean, you probably find me in the back half of the internet, to be fair, at this rate.
Anything that you should know about?
Well, no, the internet is full of places, you know. No, look, you can find me.
You're not making this any better for yourself. I just want to let you know that now.
Oh, don't worry. Look, this isn't the fucking only worst thing that's happened to me on this channel. But anyway, Anyway, you
as
can
well.
find me on Reply Jaguar pretty much literally every social media, lads. So that's, and make sure you do like and subscribe, lads. Nearly at 400 for this channel. Make sure you do. Also, the United show on Friday. Can't wait for that. Gonna fucking headbutt Matt sometime soon because he's a fucking knobhead. But other than that, yeah, like I said, other than that, lads, enjoy your night and stay safe.
He's absolutely lost his head.
Honesty is the best
Russ,
policy.
Yeah, because of what happened last time.
Honesty is the best policy, I see. That's how I see it.
It was a brilliant show. Russ, where
Yeah.
can they find you, mate?
At CFC_Russ on Twitter, and that is about it for me. But just like and subscribe to this channel.
Perfect. Cheers, mate. What about you, Velshman?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Vel_skills, and you can find me top of the league in the fantasy league. Haha, shame on you, suckers.
I thought you were going to say top of the league because that's West Ham at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you were meant to say West Ham are bigger than Liverpool.
I said fantasy league.
Yeah, but it's okay because Potter is
not for
better.
long. Not for long, though.
Moisey is clear of Jurgen Klopp. But Jay, where can they find you, mate?
On Twitter at JRedDevilsUnited, and I'll be in this channel as well, and hopefully on the United show this Friday too.
100%. 100%. It was a cracking show that I know RJ. The ending was just. It was so RJ-esque, wasn't it?
Like I said, don't worry, lads. This week we'll fucking see my revenge and we'll see how fucking far fucking Matt goes. Anyway.
Jesus Christ. Should we be afraid, RJ?
Oh, you're gonna put him in a body bag.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Okay, now I am afraid.
Just wait for the United show. 10 p.m. Friday night. Be there live. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Fight me, RJ.
Okay. Jay, where can they find? Oh, I've just done. Jay, where can they find you?
Yeah.
Actually, I've just done.
Jay,
have I done Jay or not?
Done me, yeah.
Yeah. Slim.
Yeah, you've done me.
Someone asked for a double promotion.
Cool. Slim, what about you, mate?
They can find me on Slen TV on YouTube and Twitter, and official Slen on Instagram. And every Friday, 6 p.m., right here, talking about Chelsea.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be back tomorrow, but until then, take care, guys. Check out for our Twitter, because Team of the Week will be posted soon. So make sure you retweet that as well. But we'll be back tomorrow. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.